Hi guys, I think I'm live now. If you can see me and if you can hear me, if everything looks good, please do message in the chat. Once you message in the chat and if all the systems are looking good, then we'll start today's session. Today's will be a session which will be slightly motivating because this is a very stressful time for people, and a lot of people will also be going through multiple ups and downs, which is quite normal in your CAT preparation. So that is the agenda for today. We'll be looking at what you should do or how you should make up your mental state if you are not performing well in mocks. Ayush is saying hi Ayush, hi Ayush. Aditya, hi Aditya, hi Nikhil. How are you all? How is your CAT preparation going? I hope that your CAT preparation is going well. Please do like the stream, guys. If you like the stream, then we can do these kind of streams more often. Hi Vikas, hi Sanskriti, hi Varun, hi Sushmita, hi Karthik, hi Ruchita. How is your CAT preparation going? Hi to every one of you. Are you taking any mocks? Is there any particular topic that you're feeling stressed out, or do you need any help with any of the particular topics? Or do let us know in the chat. Once you let us know in the chat, then we can also plan our streams in a better way. I plan to start solving questions on stream. This is what I used to do in the last couple of years. I'll probably start doing that from this week onwards, maybe every Wednesday or every Thursday night. That is the plan that I'm looking at. Please do like the stream, and if you're looking for any help from a specific topic, do let us know. Most of my streams will be either in quant or in LRDI. Aditya is saying I got 90 percentile in Krakow mocks. Is it good for now? If you are scoring 90 percentile on a consistent basis in Krakow mocks, I think you're doing very well. Just keep at it and try to improve it slowly. But 90% in Krakow mocks is a very good score. Nikhil Agrawal is saying going well, seen an improvement from 80 to 90 percentile. Again, that is something that is expected. If you're taking mocks on a regular basis, if you're analyzing your mocks and trying to work on your weaknesses, that is the path that I would expect a student to go through. Karthik Verma is saying consistent 60 to 80 percentile. That's very good. Keep at it. The key word over here is consistency. Ups and downs should not really affect you. Arunachalam is saying still not prepared anything. That is not something that is very good, Arunachalam. You just have less than 70 days. In fact, we just started the 70-day batch, which is focused for students who have just started their CAT preparation. And one of the first videos that we in one of the videos, in the early videos, I actually told them that if you have just started your preparation with 70 days left, then stick to this schedule and focus on finishing the portion as early as you can. Desi Swag Series is saying, hi sir, my score is overall 26. I started preparing 15 days ago. I'm preparing hard and confident that I'll do well in VRC. In all sections, VRC is volatile 12, 15, 17, 24, 5, 8. I started reading 2 hours 3 months ago. I think that's fine. You have just started your preparation. This is just the initial stages, so don't worry. Don't let any section become a paranoia for you. That is a mistake that many people make. That is something that I don't believe in. When people say that, okay, this is my weakness, I would always tell them to not phrase it in that way. You should always look at each of the 3 sections and you should build your strengths in each of the 3 sections. If you keep telling yourself that, okay, I'm very good at quant, I'm very good at LRDI, and I'm very weak at verbal, that becomes a paranoia for you. That becomes something that will be very difficult for you to actually overcome. The way I would look at it is you have your strengths and you have your areas which will become your strengths. So just keep working at it, but never tell yourself that you're weak at a particular topic, because that will definitely play on your mind. Keep working at all the topics, and whichever topic you think needs more effort, put in more effort there. But don't keep telling yourself that I'm weak at it, I'm not good at it, because psychologically that is not a good place to be in. Because in CAT, one other aspect, not just in CAT, even in life, is confidence. The more confident you are, the better your chances of actually selecting the right option. For example, 2 people with the same skill level, one guy is more confident in his abilities and another guy is, say, not so confident in his abilities. Then if somebody is guessing, if both of those guys are guessing, the accuracy of that guess will be better in the person with higher confidence. This is something that I've noticed, where people cross the line just based on their confidence. They obviously work very hard, but somebody who is underconfident tends to underperform, and somebody who is very confident tends to overperform. So try to increase your confidence levels. Now coming to the sessions topic. Say you have been taking mocks, you have started taking mocks in the last 1 month, 2 months or so. Sometimes you're doing well, but you have gotten into a bad patch. Suddenly you started, your mock score started decreasing. Sometimes in one of the sections you have performed terribly. Then what should you do? How should you actually motivate yourself to take another mock? One of the things that I would tell you is you should always, like in Bhagavad Gita, like Lord Krishna has actually said, you should focus on the process. You should focus on your actions, where you should feel that, okay, I have to take a mock on this particular day and I have to analyze the mock one day later. I should not be overtly affected by whether I have done very well or whether I have done poorly. And this attitude is not very difficult for you to actually inculcate. And it is a very good attitude, not just for CAT, but even in life. So focus on your actions. Don't focus on the result. Just keep telling yourself that, okay, I have to take a mock. Taking mocks is good for me. You have to, and I'll see the returns of taking these mocks over a period of time. I'm not going to see any big result immediately. So I should not get very demotivated if I don't perform well, and I should not get over elated if I have done very well in one particular mock. This is one thing that you should keep telling yourself. Another thing is, psychologically, if you want to feel good about yourself, instead of taking mocks, if you have gone through a very bad patch, if you have gone through, like say, 3 or 4 mocks where you have performed very poorly and your confidence is completely shattered, that is something that happens again very often. You should not get paranoid. You should not think that you are the only one who is in that frame of mind. It happens to a lot of people. Then in that scenario where you have taken 3-4 mocks and things are not really going well and you are demotivated, you don't want to take a mock. You can force yourself to take a mock, but you won't take it with all your zest or all your enthusiasm. In those scenarios, I would recommend you to start taking sectionals. Take as many sectionals as you can. Sectionals are very easy. They're just 40 minutes. They won't take a lot of time. Mock is 2 hours, which itself is not too long. But sometimes to give a mock, you have to mentally prepare yourself. You have to take time out of your day. Maybe you have to plan your week in advance so that on that particular day, at that particular time, you will take a mock. But sectional is 40 minutes. You can take a sectional every single day, easily. And if you're preparing for CAT seriously, you should definitely be prepared to take at least one sectional every day. So if you are facing a rut where you are not really scoring well, then focus on taking sectionals. And to actually feel good about yourself, if there is one section which you are very good at, take a few sectionals from that particular section and try to score well, just to again motivate yourself, just to feel good about yourself, so that you don't give up on CAT preparation. It shouldn't happen that you hate preparing for CAT, or you have this incessant negative thoughts in your mind. You want to be in a better place. So take a sectional from your area of strength, not just one section. Take in 3 days, take 3 sectionals, one sectional every single day from the same section. Score well in at least 1 or 2 of them, and then you feel that, okay, you know what, even if overall in a mock I didn't do well in the last 3-4 attempts, in this particular section I'm actually doing quite well. And then start taking sectionals in the areas which you have to build more base. And after that, maybe start taking mocks. Because at the end of the day, like I mentioned earlier in many of my streams, CAT is different from JEE, because the people who are taking CAT are expected to be adults. They should be in control of their emotions. And this is a good way in which you can actually manage better control over your emotions, because every one of you is aspiring to be a manager. If you have to be a manager, you have to manage and lead a team of people. Now, if you're leading a team of people, you should not be very volatile. You should not feel elated if you have a good sales day. And you should not feel extremely sad if, say, the company is not doing well or your team is not doing well. If things are not going your way, you should not be depressed, and that depression will also percolate into your team members. That shouldn't happen. A team leader should have a calm, he or she should be in control of his own emotions. So it is important for you to actually develop that skill even right now. Nobody is born with a stable mind or a stable heart. These are things that you tell yourself and inculcate as habits. So take this as an opportunity to get a better grip on yourself. Okay, let me look at a few questions. After that, I'll come back to the discussion. Just give me 1 minute. Let me look at some of the questions. Okay. Raga with Raghavi. Okay. Hi sir, my CAT preparation has tanked a bit due to a personal loss that came unexpectedly. I'm not trying to catch up, which has become difficult. See, a personal loss is something, again, at the end of the day, you should remember that CAT is just part of life. It's a very small part of life. Life itself is much bigger than CAT or MBA. So if you're dealing with something which is a personal loss, something which is which means a lot to you, then give your emotions time to heal. Don't bury them and focus on your CAT preparation, because both of them will not go well. And if you bottle up your emotions or your grief, it is going to show up later. That is not very good. So handle that loss properly and slowly start your CAT preparation along the way. Again, as I say, focus only on the process. Your process should be to put in efforts at the time that you are comfortable with. Put in the process, put in the efforts, work hard, and then eventually you'll see the results. And if you don't see the results, then that also is okay. But putting in efforts is in your hands. RC and Geometry Vikas Singh is asking, okay, Geometry is something that I'll definitely do a lot of streams. Please do subscribe to this channel and please click on the bell icon, because I do plan to do a few streams on geometry. This is a topic that I really like, and geometry is also a very important topic for CAT. So we'll be definitely doing many streams on geometry. So please do subscribe to this channel. Sanskriti is saying, just started with the 75 days crash course preparation, still learning, so demotivated about the scores. Don't get demotivated about the scores. Like I told you, you should be able to handle your emotions well. And many people don't know that. Many people don't know that because you still are fairly young in life. But it is a very important skill to actually have. So keep learning that skill, where you take both a very good score as well as a very poor score with equal emotion. That emotion should not be overtly happy or overtly sad. Ayush is saying, sir, sometime I am not able to solve even moderate questions. But while checking question, I immediately get to know it should be solved. Is it because of lack of practice? I really like that you actually figured out the reason for it. If you are able to look at the solution and immediately understand it, and you are not able to solve it, then it means that you lack practice. Then you have to practice a lot of questions. And where are you going to practice a lot of questions from? One of the best resources for you to practice CAT level questions is Kraku Study Room and Kraku Daily Target. Both of them are two separate courses. They are included in the crash course, the 70-day crash course that we launched just today. And if you have access to the crash course, definitely take Kraku Daily Target every single day, and also take some time out to practice from Kraku Study Room. Sir, I am even able to complete the mock. Okay, not able to do questions under time pressure. Raghav Agarwal, this is again something that happens to a lot of people, where they are not able to handle their emotions when they're taking the examination. They feel very nervous, they feel very stressed out. Even a normal mock is giving them a lot of stress and anxiety, and they're underperforming because of that. Now, I told this in a few streams earlier. I'll again repeat it because it is a story that I really like. In one of the interviews, Dhoni was asked how he is so cool under pressure. Then all that Dhoni said was that, see, I'm not cool under pressure. I'm also under a lot of pressure. I'm also very nervous. But I know that I have to handle my nerves better than my opponent. Now, that is something that you have to tell yourself. Feeling nervous is okay. Feeling pressurized is okay. And if you are not able to handle it, you have to just tell yourself that, okay, I have to decrease this stress. I have to decrease this nervousness, such that at least many other people are a lot more nervous than me. I should not be an outlier. My nervousness will not be equal to zero. Everybody who's taking CAT will be nervous. On the day of the examination, everybody will be nervous. If you're taking a mock, you will be nervous. But you should not be more nervous than the average person. Your nervousness or your ability to hold your nerves should also be better than most of the other people. That is something that you should focus on. And I think if you approach it in that way, you will definitely improve your mock scores. Rishi Giri is saying, what percentile can I expect in actual paper if I am getting 90 to 95 percentile in Kraku mocks? If you are getting 95 percentile in Kraku mocks, you can definitely expect 99 percentile on the day of the examination. Raga is saying, Raga with Raghavi, I joined the Kraku 150-day batch, but I was slightly behind schedule, so I downloaded the 70-day batch schedule and I'm planning to be on track. Is that a good idea? That is definitely a good idea. In fact, we can actually shift you to the 70-day batch, which has just started today. Please send a mail to support@kraku.in. If you send us a mail to support@kraku.in, we will shift you to the 70-day batch. But try not to have any backlogs from now on, because you have only 70 days left. You have to put in a lot of effort. If you accumulate any backlogs now, it will be difficult for you to overcome it. So at least from now on, for the remaining 70 days, give your 100%. Be focused only on CAT. Guys, we have 128 people who are watching this stream live. Please do like the stream and please do share this video so that more people can join us when we do this stream next time. Vinay Gadje is saying, sir, is it true that after a certain point, familiarity I just lost this question. Let me again look at it. Vinay Gadje is saying, sir, is it true that after a certain point, familiarity plays a major role in solving questions, even if they may be unseen before. I think that is very, very true. I can tell that to you from my own experience. When I take the actual examination, because I solve a lot of questions, like I'm involved in designing the Krakow mocks. I record a lot of videos for a daily target quant and LRDA. And so I have been doing this for the last few years. So I have seen a lot of questions from these topics. So when I actually take the examination, when I look at especially quant, many times when I read the question, I know immediately how to start solving it. Because there is not a lot of variety in CAT questions. The topics are very fixed. There are important topics in quant: arithmetic, geometry, algebra. In arithmetic, there are only a few types of questions that can be asked. Again, from my own personal experience, when I'm trying to design a question, a new, very innovative question from, say, time speed distance, or from, say, ratio and proportion, it is very difficult to really make a question to be very difficult, because there are only so many different types of questions that can be asked in these particular topics. So if you solve a lot of questions, that familiarity will be definitely something that will be ingrained. So immediately when you look at a question, you know how to solve it. That you will definitely build with a lot of practice. This is something that I have noticed myself. Aditya Bele is saying, for the last couple of mocks, I stopped caring about my score and just giving mocks for fun, and my score is improving now. Yeah, that is a very good strategy. At the end of the day, you should figure out what is working for you and what is not working for you. But one thing I would tell you is that you should try to make it similar to the environment should be similar to what you can expect on the day of the examination. Because on the day of the examination, you will definitely be nervous, because the score will definitely matter to you. So you should keep telling yourself, this is just an opinion that I have, it might not be relevant for you, but you should always think about how you will be feeling on the day of the examination, and you should try to recreate the same feeling, same emotions, same mental mind space when you're taking a mock. So on the day of the examination, I'm sure you will be feeling a little nervous. You will be definitely worried about the examination. You would want to do well. So try to, in my opinion, at least after some point, after you have managed to improve your scores, keep telling yourself that this is an actual examination. This is actually CAT, and I'm trying to do well in this examination. So if you get into that time, if you get into that mind space, you do well on the day of the examination. Ashutosh Gupta is saying, is it advisable to revise all DLR sets of already attempted mocks if not so good in DLR? That is a very good strategy. That is something that I also wanted to tell. There is a strategy in chess called the woodpecker method. Woodpecker method basically says that you solve a lot of tactics, which people who play chess know. It is simply chess puzzles. Now you solve, like, say, 1,000 chess puzzles over a period of a month, and you solve the same 1,000 puzzles again immediately after the 1 month, and now try to see how fast you are able to do it, and again do it the third time, and again try to see how much better you are getting at it. The whole point is this will improve your pattern recognition skills. And this is something that will definitely happen even in DLRs, because there are certain types of DLRs that come very often. For example, arrangements is something that comes very often, and you know that arrangements, again, like I mentioned earlier, is similar to, say, arithmetic in quant, where there are only so many types of arrangement questions that can be asked, and most of the arrangement questions will have certain types of clues where you will be able to identify the important clue. And you know that from thinking about one particular clue and trying to extract the maximum information out of it, you can solve the entire arrangement set. So getting better at recognizing those kind of clues, trying to figure out in a DLR what is the right way to approach it. One of the most important things in DLR is how do you represent the data. For example, in arrangements, like I mentioned earlier, if you know what is the table that you should draw, then you can fill in the table later on. Similarly, if you are getting, for example, a question in missing values in a table, if you know exactly how to fill in this table, at least filling the first few clues in the table, what are the important cells that can be filled out first. If you're able to identify these kind of things, then you will be focusing your mind on those particular cells, the important aspects of that particular DLR. And that will definitely improve if you keep revising the DLRs that you have already solved. Shivo Bodhaya Ganachari is saying, how many mocks should we attempt? Attempting the number of mocks is dependent on you. Some people attempt a lot of mocks, some people attempt very few mocks. I would recommend that the minimum number of mocks that you should attempt is at least 15. That I think is the bare minimum that you should attempt, because it is only for 2 hours. I think that is something that you should definitely do. In addition to that, attempting more mocks is always good, but just don't attempt a mock just for the sake of it. You should attempt a mock, and before you take the next mock, you should put in some effort in improving in your areas of weakness, not just from a technical standpoint or not just from a conceptual standpoint. But if you feel that you're not able to manage your time well, then you should have a different strategy in mind before you take the next mock, so that you're at least trying to fix that gap. Guys, we have close to 140 people who are watching this stream live. Please do like the stream and please do subscribe to this channel. We'll be doing a lot of very important streams from now on, so it will help you quite a lot. Rahul is saying, I'm making silly mistakes in exams, which I do. Correct eyes closed while eyes closed while practice. See, one of the things that is the cause for this is because I feel probably you're not taking the mock seriously. If you take the mock very seriously, if you keep telling yourself that I should not commit silly mistakes, this is an important mock, I have to score well in this mock, I want to give my entire 100% of my mind while I'm actually taking the mock, then even if the silly mistakes don't become zero, they will definitely be reduced. And like many of you know, I'm a believer in process. Your silly mistakes will not become zero immediately in one mock, but you should focus on decreasing those silly mistakes. And if you make a silly mistake, keep a notebook. This is something that I really believe in. Keep a notebook and write down every silly mistake that you have done in any mock. So for example, if you're taking a mock today and you have committed 2 silly mistakes, then write down both the silly mistakes. What is the silly mistake that you wrote, and keep track of it. When you're taking mocks, what are silly mistakes you made, keep entering in that notebook and keep revising that. Because again, the kind of silly mistakes that you can make are finite, are limited. So if you know that this is kind of a silly mistake that I'm making, when you come to that kind of a situation next time, you will definitely at least think twice before you mark the answer. This is how you will improve. Asta Jaiswal is saying, sir, I am not even able to double digit marks when it comes to VRC, although I spend maximum time in VRC. Then take a lot of sectionals. This is something that we have seen earlier also. There were students who were very good at quant and LRDI, but used to really struggle in VRC. One of the things that they did which helped them quite a lot is focusing on reading comprehension and taking a lot of verbal sectionals. Don't take full length mocks, just take a lot of verbal sectionals. Try to take one VRC sectional every day and focus a lot on accuracy. If you want to get double digit marks, it doesn't mean that you have to get all the 24 questions correct, or even attempting all the 24 questions is a mistake. Focus on attempting say 2 RCs, that is 8 questions, and maybe 2 or 3 verbal questions as a start, and give your best in it. Select the right RC and give your 100%, focus completely on it, and try to get as much accuracy as possible. If you attempt 8 questions in RC and say 5 VRC questions, that is 13 questions, and out of those 13 questions, if you get 8 questions correct and say 5 questions wrong, then also you will be scoring more than 20 or approximately 20, which itself will boost your confidence. So focus on accuracy right now, because if you get questions correct, if your accuracy is high, you will feel more confident, and confidence is very, very important when you're taking the examination. Akshay Tiwari is saying, hello sir, are Kraku daily targets for DLR, assuming I solve all sets available? Kraku daily targets is a excellent place for you to practice LRDI. I think that is the best place for you to practice for LRDI when you're preparing for CAT. Thousands of students take Kraku daily targets every single day. Not hundreds, not tens, thousands of students take Kraku daily targets every single day. Every day we get more than 5,000 daily targets taken. So people are actually preparing a lot using the Kraku daily targets. And there is a reason for it. Because Kraku daily targets give them a lot of wide variety of diverse set of questions. So definitely take Kraku daily targets, they will help you quite a lot. Aishwarya is saying, can you please list out important quant topics list-wise? I have done a stream on important topics for quant. You can definitely check out the video. I have just done it maybe around a month back or so. But largely the important topics are arithmetic, geometry and algebra. Arthur Morgan is saying, Kraku daily targets and mocks are very good, sir. Thanks a lot, Arthur. We know that, but whenever somebody tells us that, it gives us a lot of motivation to improve further. And definitely, you are one of the many students who feel that way. And I hope that you take all the Kraku mocks and all the Kraku daily targets. You will really be very happy that you have invested that time and effort in Kraku mocks and daily target on the day of the examination. Sunny Singh is saying, I know you should try to choose the easiest set, but when I do a set that I can't do, I get scared. But when I do a set that I can't do, I get scared that I've already spent so much time in it and it increases stress and I don't attempt others. This is something that happens. So selection of sets is very, very important. That also you will improve with practice. But what I would tell you is this, okay, spend the first 2 minutes of LRDI in writing down the priority order in which you will attempt the sets. Now, sometimes you might think a set is easy, but it might not be easy. But within 3 minutes, you should be able to figure out whether you can solve the set or not. That should be your goal. Now, the first 2 minutes you spend in selecting the set order, you can say that, okay, first I'm attempting the third set, then I'm attempting the second set, then fourth set, and finally I'll attempt the first set. This is based on your assumptions of the easiness of the set. And then start attempting the third set, which was first in your priority order. After 3 minutes, you should realize that, okay, I'm either going to get this set correct or I'm going to get this set wrong. I'm not making any progress. If you feel that you're not making any progress, you should ditch it and you should go to the second set. The point is that by the end of the first 10 minutes, you should be at least in the middle of a set which you're going to solve. That should be your goal. In a much better situation, in an ideal situation, you should get one set correct in the first 10 minutes. But sometimes things don't work that way. But one thing is certain, that by the time the first 10 minutes are over, you should be attempting a set which you know you will get correct. That is of paramount importance. So try to focus that way and be very, very clear that if you're not making progress, you should ditch it. You should immediately cut that set and go to the next set in your priority order. This is something that is very valid even in quant. If you're not making progress after like say 1.5 minutes in a quant question, leave it and go to the next question. You should not feel that, okay, I've already spent 2 minutes on this quant question. Or in LRDI, you shouldn't feel that, okay, I've already spent 10 minutes in this LRDI set. Because if you're spending 10 minutes in an LRDI set and you're not solving it, and this is one of the first sets that you're attempting, then clearly there is a mistake in your strategy. It is possible that you looked at all the 4 sets and you're not able to solve any of them, and then you're spending 10 minutes on a set. That is fine. But without even trying in the other sets, if you're spending 10 minutes in a particular set and not making progress, then clearly that is a mistake that should be avoided. Okay guys, please do like the stream. One other thing that I would tell you is you still have time to make the best use of Kraku's CAT previous papers. Kraku gives all the CAT previous papers in PDF format completely for free. You have to just Google search this phrase, Kraku, okay, this phrase, Kraku CAT previous papers, and you will be taken to the Kraku CAT previous papers page. There you have all the previous papers of CAT according to slots in a PDF format. Download the PDF and start solving them. We even have video solutions for them. So if you actually click on any of the question, below the question there is a button for video solution. If you click on it, you are redirected to a page where you are given the video solution of that particular question. All of this is completely free. You should definitely use it. Arundhati is saying session for important DILR topics. Okay, I have done a session on the DILR topics or the DILR sets that are given in the last few years of CAT. That also you can check out the stream. It is there. I have done it in the last 1.5 months. Definitely do check it out. Ayush is saying, I'm a Kraku student, sir, and I've improved a lot in my preparation. Thank you for the right guidance. Thanks a lot, Ayush. These kind of comments mean a lot to me, because when we are doing a stream, like say at this point, it is not just me who is working. There are a lot of Kraku employees who are also working. And this kind of messages which show that we or our efforts are helping students motivate not just me but my entire team to put in more efforts. And these kind of comments really make my day. Thanks a lot. Arthur Morgan is saying, sir, I have a doubt about snap mocks. Are all the mocks open or they will open in some particular days? My exam date is 10 December. All the 10 snap mocks are open. If you have enrolled to the snap mocks, you can take all the 10 mocks right now. Okay guys, I'll answer a couple of questions and after that we'll end the stream. Fayad Sajan is saying, I over attempt at VRC section and get a lot of negative marks. How do I control my attempt rate and increase my accuracy? One of the things that you should remember is that accuracy is a lot more important than attempts. Your accuracy, your attempt should not be very low, but if your attempts are decent, like say out of 24 questions, if you're a normal student, I'm not talking about somebody who is aiming for say 99 percentile plus. If you're somebody who is aiming for 90 percentile or 80 percentile, then you should ideally attempt something like say 14 to 15 questions. 10 to 15 questions, and your accuracy should be high. Your accuracy should be 80%, because then you gain a lot of confidence. You know that, okay, if I'm thinking that this is the right answer, you subconsciously know that that is the right answer, and that confidence will really help you quite a lot on the day of the examination. Instead of that, if you attempt all the 24 questions and your accuracy falls down to say 40%, then you yourself are not convinced that even if you think that a particular option is correct, you are not convinced. So in addition to getting negative marks, you will enter into a negative mind space where you are not so sure whether the efforts that you are putting in while preparing are really working out. You don't feel that VRC is your strength, because you are getting more negative questions, you are getting more mistakes than actual correct answers. So you feel that I'm actually not very good at it. Again, that mental mind space is not good for you. So try to cut down on the attempts. Tell yourself that accuracy is very important. If I put a answer, it should be there should be a high likelihood that it is actually correct. That is something that you should focus on. Suraj Kumar Sinha saying, sir, have you filled the CAT 2022 form? Yes, I did fill it, and I'm looking forward to taking the examination. Okay guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Please do like the stream and please do subscribe to our channel. We'll be conducting these kind of streams more often, and I'll also be starting to solve questions from important topics for CAT. If you have any doubts with respect to CAT preparation, please comment below this video.